To all you lawsuit addicts, welcome back to Legal Suit Decoded, where we take the most bizarre legal cases of the day and ask, wait, is this real life, or did someone just binge watch too much courtroom drama? Tonight's case? A Brazilian bank employee turned accidental influencer is suing an airline and a fellow passenger. Why? Apparently, people's comprehension of the word no in filming some stranger was little none. Someone just had to whip out their phone and start filming when she refused to give up the window seat she reserved and paid extra for to a child. Yes, a child. And no, this isn't some heartwarming Pixar movie about the joys of sharing. This is real life with lawyers, receipts, and a whole lot of nerve. Before we start shouting our judgments to anyone involved in this lawsuit, sit back, grab your tea, and let's find out what happened. So let's break this down. The protagonist of our story is Jennifer Castro, a 29-year-old bank employee from Brazil who boarded a Gol Airlines flight on December 4, 2024, expecting nothing more than a quiet ride in her pre-selected window seat. You know, the one she specifically booked and paid for. But instead of slipping into her cozy corner of the plane with a view of the clouds, she was greeted by a surprise guest, a child already sitting in her seat. Yes, not just near it, in it. Can you imagine paying extra for a window seat only to find it occupied by someone who didn't even contribute to the airfare? It's like buying concert tickets and finding someone else in your spot, except this time, the culprit is under 4 feet tall and armed with tears. Jennifer, being reasonable, politely asked the child to vacate her seat, and here's where things took a dramatic turn worthy of its own telenovela. The child complied, but not without unleashing an over-the-top reaction that could rival any soap opera star. We're talking full-blown crying. Loud, relentless wailing, as if Jennifer had just canceled Christmas. To make matters worse, the parents of this pint-sized drama queen didn't step in to calm their child, or even acknowledge the situation with grace. Instead, they seemed to double down on the chaos by passively allowing this tantrum to unfold like an in-flight performance art piece. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more absurd, another passenger, who wasn't even related to the child, decided to play director in this unfolding drama. This self-appointed hero whipped out their phone and began recording Jennifer like she was some kind of villainous character in a reality TV show no one asked for. Topping the whole drama, they berated Jennifer for not giving up her seat to the child, as if keeping what you paid for is some kind of moral failing. Nothing screams, "I'm helping," like unsolicited public shaming on social media. This begs my curiosity on why the other passengers, who are so willing to destroy Jennifer through social media, could not give up their seats. I'm smelling something stinky with this seat situation, and it does not involve any fish. Meanwhile, the flight attendants, you may ask, silent spectators. They apparently decided that dealing with this mess wasn't part of their job description, and left Jennifer to fend off judgmental stares and passive-aggressive comments from other passengers. And all this because she dared to sit in the seat she booked, a seat that was rightfully hers. Now, let's head on to the legal proceedings of this case. Fast forward to today. Jennifer is suing Gol Airlines and that amateur filmmaker for emotional distress and unauthorized filming. And before you ask, yes, Brazilian law actually prohibits filming someone without their consent, so technically, our viral videographer might be in hot water here. Meanwhile, Jennifer is out here saying, "I didn't sign up for this episode of Black Mirror, thank you very much." But wait, it gets better. The lawsuit also targets Gol Airlines for failing to intervene during the chaos. Apparently, the flight attendants were too busy handing out pretzels to notice that a full-blown soap opera was unfolding in row 12. So where are our lead actors? Since the incident went viral, Jennifer's life has been, how do I say it, not good. Hold on, let's go complicated. On one hand, she gained 2.1 million Instagram followers and landed some sweet brand deals. On the other hand, she lost her banking job and now spends most of her time dodging internet trolls who think refusing to give up your seat is basically treason. Talk about overly dramatic people. She's also made it clear that this lawsuit isn't about revenge, it's about setting boundaries. Her words, "I want to prevent similar public humiliation." Translation, stop filming strangers on planes unless you're Steven Spielberg. And here's the pièce de résistance. It turns out the child's family already had another window seat available, but chose not to use it. That's right, they could have easily resolved this melodrama by swapping seats among themselves. But no, they decided that 2 window seats were non-negotiable because, apparently, raising an aspiring astronaut requires double the views of clouds and wing flaps. Castro was left wondering why she was being vilified for simply wanting what she paid for, a window seat and a quiet flight, not a starring role in the entitled Chronicles Airborne edition. So what happens if Jennifer wins this lawsuit? Well, for starters, GOL Airlines might have to rethink their customer service policies and maybe invest in some noise-canceling headphones for their staff. As for our rogue videographer, they could face fines or even legal action under Brazil's privacy laws. And let's not forget the broader implications here. If Jennifer sets a precedent with this case, we might finally see an end to unsolicited viral videos of people minding their own business on planes. Or at least we can hope. But let's zoom out for a second, because this case isn't just about one woman and one crying kid. It's about entitlement culture on airplanes. When did we decide that asking someone to give up their paid-for seat was acceptable? And why are we teaching kids that throwing a tantrum is an effective negotiation tactic? Newsflash: life doesn't come with free upgrades. This also raises some serious questions about privacy in the digital age. Are we really okay with turning every minor inconvenience into viral content? Because if so, I'm going to start carrying around a no cameras sign like I'm Beyonce at Coachella. What valuable insights are we convincing ourselves we've gained from this case? Numero uno: if you want a window seat that badly, book one. Or better yet, teach your kid how to handle disappointment like a pro. Number 2, filming strangers without their consent is not activism. It's just plain old creepy. You shouldn't do that at all, especially when you're on the wrong side. Number 3, never underestimate the power of a good lawyer, because sometimes justice looks like keeping your pre-booked seat and walking away with millions in damages. That wraps up tonight's episode of Legal Suit Decoded. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Consider it your binding agreement to stay updated on all the legal drama. And maybe think twice before asking someone to swap seats on your next flight. You never know when a legal dispute might be in the air. Stay sharp, stay savvy, and we'll see you next time for more courtroom chaos and legal lowdowns. Fly safe and mind your own business than filming strangers.